Today we have a story on an Indiana school's lunch shaming, as well as the increasing security around the school.
We also have information on exploding cover boards, MCAS at the school. All that and more in today's edition of Flyer News.
Good morning, Framingham High School. I'm Julie Carson.
And I'm Benji Klink. Today is January 13th, day one with periods running A, B, C, D, E.
At an Indiana school, administrators have begun to enforce something known as lunch shaming.
That's right. This occurs when students owe more than $25 in lunches.
For more on the story, we have Kyle and Grace.
Good morning, Framingham. Kokomo High School in Indiana has received nationwide criticism for giving students alternative lunches if they owe more than $25 on their lunch accounts. Many parents are accusing the school of shaming students for not being able to pay for lunch. The lunch consists of 2 slices of bread and 2 slices of cheese. David Barnes, the school's communication director, has argued that the public embarrassment is in response to the $50,000 in debt from unpaid lunches, which comes from at least 499 students who owe money. This step puts the school in risk of losing federal funding, and only 10% of the students with in-debt accounts are from low-income families that qualify for free or reduced lunch. Barnes stated, quote, "Some of these people on the list, I'm sorry, are making $100,000 a year," end quote. The school has suspended the practice until February to give families a chance to pay back debts without additional embarrassment. The policy has led to $15,000 in debt being paid off, but parents are still angry that the school district would resort to embarrassing a child. The story came to national attention when a student posted a picture of the lunch on Facebook, and many have posted more since. This has been Kyle Fields reporting for Flyer News. Let's take it back to the desk.
With recent developments on the situation with Chandler Jones, we have Ben
No?
All right, let's take it to Ben Weiner.
Hello, Framingham, and welcome to New England Sports Minute. I'm Ben Weiner. On Sunday, Patriots defensive end and team leader in sacks Chandler Jones was rushed to the emergency room after he showed up to the Foxborough Police Department with a medical emergency. Despite this, Jones was present at practice the past 2 days. There has been suspicion that it was pills, and over the dispatch audio we have for you, we can all hear it as a Class D narcotic.
Let's go on with the rescue of both companies to the front parking lot for an evaluation, mental. Foxborough Fire Alarm announcing a medical emergency. Engine 21 rescue on Chestnut Street, the front parking lot. Meet the police. 740.
Obviously, whether this is a serious situation, it's very nerve-wracking for the Patriots if we have our big playoff game on Saturday, and hopefully that won't be our last playoff game. And Chandler Jones is very much an essential player for the Patriots, who we definitely need in uniform. With all things New England sports, I'm Ben Weiner reporting for Flyer News.
Michigan State Police have been delivering safe water in Flint after Governor Rick Snyder declared a state of emergency in Genesee County a week ago following a change in the city's water that had exposed children to potentially dangerous levels of lead. This crisis has been referred to as a man-made disaster since the city made the choice to switch to Flint River as their water source. What are known as water resource teams have been delivering water door to door, and there is also sites that residents can go to get clean water. Since the water in the river is not treated properly, it drew lead from the pipes into the city water supply. Although the city saved about $4 million using the river water supply, it is not worth the health risk. In fact, doctors say that the effects of the crisis could show up in decades later.
Last night, Obama held his final State of the Union address. During his address, Obama described his vision for the future of the United States and noticed his accomplishments throughout his presidency. Obama stated that he did not want to just talk about the next year, but to focus on the future. Obama discussed the progress he made with the economy, healthcare, and same-sex marriage. President Obama also cited areas where the Democrats and Republicans can collaborate and work together, such as criminal justice reform and prescription drug abuse. 2 presidential candidates, Marco Rubio and Bernie Sanders, attended the address. Security around the building has really been improving recently.
From increased police presence to more surveillance cameras, the school has really made security a priority.
Really, the police, and out by the bridge is actually a new camera.
Really? it seems like it will really help us to have more security around the school to make sure we're all safe at school.
Yeah, it's interesting to find out more about this. We can take it to Pat with the full report.
Security around Framingham High School has been under question within the past couple of months. And with major incidents occurring, Superintendent Stacy Scott was able to make some changes. The security in Framingham High School has taken a major change within the closing months of 2015 and January of 2016, with initiatives such as an increase in the amount of police in the cafeteria and entrances and exits of the school. Because incidents occurring around the school and on school property, it is said that there is a need for precautions to be taken. One location in particular that was made clear in the security changes was the bridge over by the front of the gym area. Because of that, Dr. Stacy Scott made the initiative to put up the security camera in the area to improve the safety by increasing visibility and monitoring the area. Other steps that were taken to improve safety were that the brush was cleared up in the area and lights were placed along the path, in addition to the new security camera. Dr. Stacy Scott said that these measures are not expected to be, but hopefully they will improve safe passage through the area. I hope that it will discourage inappropriate activity in that area. As our superintendent, Dr. Scott has joined the Framingham Schools District in 2012 and has the experience to make these executive decisions. Reporting for Flyer News, this has been Patrick Cassidy. Let's send it back up to the desk. Well, hopefully these new security changes help the limited amount of activity happening down in that area, and Superintendent Scott's changes are effective. Reporting for Flyer News, this has been Patrick Cassidy. Let's send it back up to the desk.
Hoverboards have become more and more popular since they came out almost a year ago.
That's right, even our own Noah Lynn has one around the studio.
But recently, some hoverboards have been experiencing some explosive malfunctions.
For more on the story, we have Abdullah.
There have been 11 reports in 10 states of the self-balancing electric scooters, or known as hoverboards, bursting into flames received by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Inside the hoverboard is a lithium-ion battery. Those batteries work the same way as they do in our phones, tablets, and laptops, but are prone to a lot more defects which cause them to explode. A professor of materials science and engineering at Carnegie Mellon University says the problem doesn't have to do with these self-balancing scooters themselves, but with the quality of the batteries being used. They're cheap. Most of these hoverboards are made by third-party companies in China which use cheap batteries inside them. Lithium-ion batteries have long lived to explosions in smartphones, laptops, airplanes, cars, and the list goes on. Lithium-ion batteries are great because they are small but hold a lot of energy. With having all that power can also come great risks, including fire. Also, overcharging these hoverboards, like charging them overnight, can also create the hoverboard to catch fire. If you want to buy a hoverboard, make sure that you don't overcharge it and keep a fire extinguisher handy. This has been Abdullah Abrar reporting for Flyer News. Let's take it back to the desk.
MCAS has been a big part of education in Massachusetts for a very long time.
That's right, but the test could be changing soon.
With the full story, we have Robin.
The Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System, commonly known as MCAS, is the standardized test that Massachusetts uses to meet the requirements of the No Child Left Behind Act and assess the performance of schools and districts.
Framingham High School's level was changed to a level 3, particularly because of the participation rate of our students on the spring MCAS test. Our achievement scores and our growth were excellent, as they have been in the past, but this was specifically about participation, which is actually the first thing that the state looks at before they even look at achievement or growth of our students.
Although the participation rates were 97% for ELA, 98% for math, and 99% for science, participation of subgroups such as students with disabilities, ELL students, African American students, etc., must be above 95% to stay at a level 1 school status.
If you dip below 90% in even one subgroup, you level 2 is off the table and you automatically can be no higher than level 3. And unfortunately, that's what happened for us. We had, for the ELA test, we had 4 subgroups below 95%.
For math, only the ELL and former ELL subgroup went below the 95% participation rate with a 93%.
I'm going to focus on the ELA test because that's the one that really turned us to level 3. 16 students in total were considered as non-participants in this test. What needs to be understood is that there were 4 different categories of situations that occurred that forced these students to be considered non-participants.
The MCAS lowering is unrelated to the discrimination suit that was brought to the district. Only 3 students did not take the MCAS test and they were medically excused.
Our mistake was not recognizing that taking the retest didn't count toward our school's participation rate. And now that we're aware of that, we're making the corrections that need to be made to meet that.
At this point in time, there is no information on what will happen to the school as a result of the level lowering. For a more detailed explanation as to why Framingham has been lowered to a level 3, please go to the YouTube channel. This has been Robin Kerr reporting for Flyer News.
It's time to rise and pledge the flag.
Today we have Jason in the studio to lead us.
Take it away.
Oh, beautiful, vast, spacious skies, far amber waves of grain. I'm talking about America, sweet.
Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Framingham High School. This is Homeroom Headlines. I'm Patrick Cassidy, and I'm wearing a tie. So, starting off with announcements, today is January 13th, day 1, periods running A, B, C, D, E. It's going to be a good one. So, first off, soccer has workouts today at 4:30. That's going to be sweet. Math club has a meet today. Please meet in Mr. Ferrullo's room right after school if you're planning to attend. C210. Be there. And if you're also interested in playing baseball, there's a meeting right after school today at 2:05, B107. And if you're not there, I'm guessing you won't be able to play, so might as well head out. So yeah, that's it for me. More announcements.
Good morning, everyone. This announcement is for all class officers. There's been a slight change of plans with advisory committee. Back up a little bit. Okay.
You're good. You're doing great.
We are not going to have it today after school. I know that was the original plan. We sent out a message last night to all the class officers. It's going to be January 27th, which is after midterms. Once again, that's after all exams. You can stay after today, get your math grade up. It's a good thing.
Nice.
So we'll see you all after midterms. Thank you.
Good morning, Pat.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
So the junior class has a benefit on Friday. That's on your professional development day. So teachers, make sure that when you're ordering your lunch in your long, stressful day of working, you get Uno's, because nothing will make you happier than Uno's. And then students, when you're off on your fun day off, go to Uno's and have a good time right before midterms when, you're prone to crying and such. So Uno's this Friday, we get 20% for every order that we get.
Also, if you need some more incentive to go, if you go on Twitter or Instagram and you go to our Twitter, which is Flyers_2017, and our Instagram, which is FHS2017, and if you post something saying you're at Uno's, you'll automatically be entered for a free cotillion ticket, which is always great. Free cotillion tickets, you want it, so do it. Hopefully we'll see everyone out there. Thanks.
Wow. I followed both, so yeah, it's going to be great.
So Marine Science Club will have its first promo today after school.
It's in A117, Mr. Rebecki's room, and we also have a promo.
Would you like an epic introduction to the musical theater review show that takes place tomorrow at 6:30 in the auditorium?
Yeah, I would, totally. Absolutely.
Well, too bad. I'm lazy. I didn't write one. But what isn't lazy is the whole show that we're going to put on. It's going to be great. Please see it. Again, it's in the FHS auditorium tomorrow at 6:30. Be there. It will be epic.
There's going to be a freshman benefit night at Margaritas tomorrow. Please make sure you bring a flyer that's in Ms. Torbert's weekly newsletter. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey guys, so Jake and I are raising money for Youth and Philanthropy, and the money is due in 2 days. So it's kind of like dire, and we're kind of desperate. So for $5, I will run a mile for you with whatever you want written on the upper half of my body. Has to be school appropriate. I'll be running it on the outside cage. And for $10, I'll write you a 1-minute song.
Although I'm not going to run a mile for you or write a song, because I'm not the biggest fan of running, no offense, I will do 10 jumping jacks for every $5 you donate. And for those of you who know me, I don't exercise, so that's a big deal. This is for charity. It's a really good cause, and we would really appreciate the money if you donate it. Not only will you get a funny thing out of it, preferably to him, so I don't have to do jumping jacks, but if we get the money, we'll be able to give a lot of money to 2 amazing nonprofits, and that would be great. Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Do you have more announcements that you want to announce before I go?
Yeah, we might as well, right?
You don't need
Oh, yeah, I don't. So there's a school council meeting at 6:30, and there's a FHS library, in the FHS library. And also there's a guitar and piano winter recital at 6 o'clock in the auditorium. Also, varsity girls ice hockey is playing Milton today at 4, so you might as well be there.
Now you stole all my announcements. I have nothing to say.
Oh, my goodness.
Just kidding. I only had one announcement today. So just keep in mind that term ends tomorrow, so make sure that you're getting yourself in line to end the term well. Also, we have Girl Scout cookies being on sale in the parking lot today after school from 2 to 3, and also next Tuesday from 10:45 to noon. So if you're interested in that, they'll be selling out in the parking lot by the auditorium, and you'll be helping out not only freshman high school students, but the Girl Scouts of America. And that's it for me.
That's it. Period A.
That's all we have for today, FHS.
If you want to catch this broadcast again, tune in on the Framingham Education Channel at 5 or 8 o'clock on channels 8 Comcast, 15 RCN, and 41 Verizon Fios.
Thanks for watching. I'm Julie Carson.
And I'm Benji Clinton. Have a great day, FHS.